अब मैं संस्थान के गवर्निंग काउंसिल के सदस्य प्रोफेसर S.K. सिंह महोदय को आमंत्रित करती हूँ। आप संप्रति काशी हिंदू विश्वविद्यालय के प्रबंध शास्त्र संकाय के विभागाध्यक्ष एवं संकाय अध्यक्ष हैं। मानव संसाधन प्रबंधन, संगठन व्यवहार एवं सामान्य प्रबंधन के क्षेत्र में आपके मौलिक योगदान सुविदित हैं। आप विश्वविद्यालय में अनेक महत्वपूर्ण प्रशासनिक पदों को सुशोभित करने के अतिरिक्त AICTE एवं UGC की विभिन्न महत्वपूर्ण समितियों के सक्रिय सदस्य भी हैं। महोदय, कृपया आप अपने आशीर्वचनों से हम सभी को अनुग्रहित करने की कृपा करें। सर।
Thank you, madam. The chief guest of the function, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Government of Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Rakesh Dhar Tripathi ji, Honorable Justice Giridhar Malviya ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tibetan Studies, Professor Padma Shri Professor Shamten, Honorable Professor B.P. Singh, a well-known name in the education of commerce and management education, Mr. A.K. Singh ji, Chairman, SMS Society, Dr. M.P. Singh, Executive Secretary, SMS Society, very distinguished guests sitting off the dais, very dear graduating students, the students of the School of Management Sciences, people from the print and the electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. I really feel privileged and proud to be the part of the convocation of the School of Management Sciences and to share the dais with such a distinguished people. So let me in the very beginning congratulate the graduating students and wishing them a very best, a very bright professional career. The convocation is always a very special moment in the life of every student. It also reminds that you are just going to enter the real life, and the requirements of real life will be quite different from the requirements of the students. It is the leadership during the studentship which will enable you to make the adjustment with the requirements of the real life. And this is the point, this is the time when we must try to understand what has been the basic purpose of education. I am reminded of Vivekananda ji. He says that the basic purpose of education is the manifestation of best in an individual, making an individual to become what he or she is capable of becoming. So we need to look at the professional education in this perspective. Merely sharpening the professional skill or the technical skill, merely preparing the students to take the assignment in the corporate world is not the sole purpose of any education. We need to look beyond. There has always been a debate, a continuous debate, about the very poor employability of the passing out graduates. I would like to quote a finding of a recent survey, which says that only 15 to 20% of passing out graduates are directly employable. It indicates the state of quality of higher education. Why it is happening so? Perhaps there is youth and what is really required in the corporate world. So there is a need to revisit the whole syllabi, and there is a need to make the syllabi more relevant, more connected to the corporate world in particular and the society as a whole. As you know that the gross enrollment ratio is just 13%, whereas the world average is 27%. and the Government of India has set a target for itself that it would like to increase the gross enrollment ratio from 13% to 30% within 10 years. It throws a lot of challenge before the people who are in the higher education. Do you think that merely by increasing the number of institutions across the country, the government will be able to raise the gross enrollment ratio from 13% to 30%? Perhaps it will not be possible. So the only way out is to look at the information and communication technology. It is only through the information and communication technology intervention perhaps the government may be able to raise this 13% to 30% within the next 10 years. But when we look at the information and communication technology, the percentage Indian population having access to the computer, you will be surprised to know that less than 7% of Indian population do have access to the computer. So with such a low rate of computer literacy, do we think that we can take the shelter of ICT intervention for increasing this gross enrollment ratio? Perhaps not. But let me tell you that the Government of India is also aware of this very important fact. That's why it is experimenting, introducing the information and communication technology at the very first level and the second level of education. And I personally feel that the visual impact of this introduction of computer literacy at the first and the second level of education would be seen within 5 to 10 next year. Second thing which I would like to share with you, what is the basic purpose of professional education? Merely sharpening the technical skill and the professional skill of the students and making them capable of getting a place in the corporate world? Whereas the professional education should merely confine to the classroom teaching? Perhaps not. So we need to take this professional education beyond the classroom, beyond just sharpening the technical and professional skill. Rather, we need to sensitize the students towards the lower, the unprivileged section of the society. And let me tell you that in this direction, School of Management is doing wonderful work. It has got a Center for Specialism and Human Enrichment. And perhaps the basic purpose of the establishment of this center in the Management Institute is just to sensitize the students at the very early stage, at the graduate and postgraduate level, towards the society. And the basic purpose is not preparing the business leader, rather the basic purpose is prepare the socially sensitive business leaders. So with these words, I would like to conclude that, and it would be a message for the graduating students, that the quality is the essence. You chase the quality, and the quality will start chasing you. If you are a quality product, you need not to run after the placement and the jobs. Rather, the placement and job would be running after you. So quality is the essence. With these words, once again, I congratulate the graduating students and wish them a very bright future and hope that they would be a socially sensitive professional and not a mere professional. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर।